Howdy ho, good neighbor. They have a birdhouse here at the Crown Memorial Beach in Alameda, California, and that birdhouse does get used, believe it or not. I'm here at the old parking lot here, and I'm waiting for that sun to set, and I thought about getting my drone up in the air. So how about we take a drone? I got one more battery left. I've already hit 2 spots today. I went to a homeless camp in Oakland. I went to the old We'll See school. We'll see about that. And I'm finishing my day here at this beautiful Crown Memorial Beach parking lot. And the funny thing is I was going to get the drone in the air, like I said, and see that sunset, which we will. Like I said, I've made a few videos today of the Alameda lagoons, and this is the end of the trip for me. But you can see all these apartments are packed full to the gill, as they say. I don't know what that means, packed full to the gill. I know fish have gills, but what does that mean? I know I've heard of packed like a can of sardines. I can get that. But packed to the gill, I don't know. So let's look at this scrape on the side of my car. And I want to put in tape right there, hit and run, so people don't think that I made that scrape. Isn't that awful? You see it, you see it. A lot of times it looks like the glare of the road, so that's kind of nice. And I'm very lucky they only cracked that mirror in half. You can barely see the crack in the mirror. But they did that too. It could have busted the whole thing out. So $1,000 deductible to get it fixed. And yeah, why get a 20-year-old car fixed when they'll probably just do it again? I don't know. They've already stole the catalytic converter off the thing. So let's get the drone in the air and do a little sunset video of Crown Memorial Beach. I know I'm close to the airport, but I think I'm far enough away. I have flown here before, but they keep changing the rules. Seems like it's getting harder and harder to fly drones anymore. They don't like the freedom. They want to cut our freedoms, I'm telling you. All right, let's get the drone in the air. That sun is about to set, but look at these skies. You see that? It is just, you can't, normally you'd be able to see San Francisco, but not today. It is just, look at that zoom in. What's that guy doing out there? Talking to himself, or, oh no, there's somebody else out there with him. So that zoom's a pretty good zoomer, isn't it? Almost hear what they're talking about. Okay, well, let's get the drone in the air. Back this thing out. There's one. There's two. And there's full wide zoom. All right, Crown Memorial Park. All right. Are you gonna come along with me? Maybe I'll make 2 videos out of this. One on the ground and one in the air. Make a combo. I don't know. You see, it's, like I say, it's not easy to come up with stuff. I should start talking politics like every other channel. All right, you know the drill. Those who I gotta worry about, those birds. You see those birds? Those are the drone killers. So I think those guys are feeding them. Should I go make a citizen's arrest, or at least have a talk with those guys that says do not feed the birds because they mess with the drones? Okay, the sun's going down, daylight's burning. Let's get the drone in the air. Come on, let's go. Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. That's right, I did get the drone off the air, or I should say in the air, at the Crown Memorial Park, or some call it the Crown Memorial Beach. That's right, if you look close you can see this beautiful beach. on this gloomy day. That's right, we took this video in December 2004, the year of our Lord, right about sunset. But after the sun got behind that fog, well, there wasn't much of a sunset. But no matter what weather and what setting, the sunset is always beautiful. Even on a gloomy day in Alameda, it is always beautiful. Today, I'm gonna fly this park with a new set of eyes. That's right. With this new drone, I can zoom in a little better, and I have just a little more confidence because it has sensors that are all around it that will help me if I'm too close to a tree or a building. But you can't rely too much on those sensors or you will crash your drone. You must be aware of all your surroundings at all time, mainly power lines. Power lines and birds seem to be the killer of drones, and water, that if you get too close to water, for some reason it loses its depth of perception. So here we are at Crown Memorial State Beach, I think is the correct word. And right there at that little building, they rent wind surfboards and wind paragliders and anything that has to do with wind and water. They rent it right there. Now, I know they don't allow homeless people on this beach. This could have been a day camper, but I thought I would stop and give that tent a gander. And is this guy part of that tent? I don't know. Or is that a gal? Could be either nowadays. You know, men like to wear dresses. In the old days, we called them kilts. That's what a family does right there. They lay on the beach and look at this beautiful sunset and listen to the small waves of the ocean. Those are the small things in life that give us enjoyment, is watching kids play in water and feeding the birds. It doesn't take a lot to attract these seagulls around here. Just a couple breadcrumbs and you're gonna have yourself a photo opportunity. That's what that mom's doing. She threw some breadcrumbs out there and all of a sudden she's got birds all around her little boy. Or a girl. Could be either one nowadays. You never know. But if you get too close to those birds with a drone, they will attack you. So always keep in mind that seagulls can take down a drone. So even though this looks fun and exciting to fly a drone, it is nerve-wracking because you are basically taking risk the lower you fly. But the lower you fly, the better the opportunity to catch someone in the act of something suspicious, like these people. What are they doing? Taking selfies at sunset? That's what it looks like to me. And that man just came in and ruined their shot. Well, that is the other building here at the Crown Memorial Beach. I do believe there's bathrooms in there, but every time I've been there, the bathrooms have been locked. So where does everybody go to the bathroom at the Crown Memorial State Beach? Could be that little puddle right there to your left. You never know where you go in the Bay Area. Everywhere you go, the restaurants say no restrooms for non-paying customers. So where is a paying customer supposed to go? I don't know. This little boy has spotted my drone. He just gave me a wave, and he's fascinated by the flying drone in the air. It's not every day that you go walk on the beach and see a drone staring back at you. But that's what happens when you fly down this low. You see, it's almost about 30 feet off the ground or less, I would imagine. Now I'm really low going across this pond. You see, you know that you're okay going across the pond because there's usually not a lot of power lines. Now, is this little girl doing yoga or stretching? Is she a future health nut? It looked like she was doing yoga, a future health nut. I wonder if her mom taught her that. I do like the reflections of the trees in the pond, and this man pondering as he looks back and sees a drone staring at him. Well, that is the pond at the Crown Memorial Beach. They do have such a great option for just about everybody here. As you can see, these tennis courts are aplenty, and it looks like no one's using them but a couple people there. So if you want to play tennis or play soccer or play baseball or basketball or even swim in the bay, this is your spot. Beautiful, safe Alameda, where the temperature's always about the same. Now, just beyond the old soccer field, baseball field, is another baseball field, an electrical plant, and a playground, and a brand new basketball court with the good asphalt. I think it's rubbery. So there's a beautiful look at the playground, the courtyard, the tennis courts, the beach, the dog park, the condos, and just about everything you see at Crown Memorial State Beach, right there. You really can't beat this park. The parking is always aplenty. The dog park always has friendly dogs, and they do have 2 dog parks, small dogs and little dogs. But one of the best parts about this park are these beautiful trees. Look at these tall palm trees. Yes, I don't know how they don't blow down, but these trees must be at least 30 feet long in the air. And they just greet you to the entrance of this park. So if you ever come to Crown Memorial State Beach Park, take a look at these beautiful palm trees and look how they just sway in the wind. And if you get here with no wind, well, they still sway just because of the length of those babies. And by the way, look at these babies playing on that beautiful new park. That's right, they just rebuilt that kids' playground a few years ago, and they redid all these tennis courts, and they redid the basketball courts. So whoever is running this park sure is doing a great job. You know, the company always hears about the bad stuff. They never hear about the good stuff. So if you're watching out there at the Crown Memorial State Park maintenance guy, well, you guys are doing a great job. Well, there's some bathrooms at the dog park. And there you go. There's the large dogs. I told you they had a dog park here. So this is the Crown Memorial State Beach Park Dog Park. And those big dogs, well, they get a bigger park than this little dogs. You see how the little dogs, they just have a little park over here. The big dogs look like they have a couple acres to run around. Well, these little dogs, this is their small part of the park. So if you have a little dog, you're going to come over here to the, I think the little dog park's a little better. They have more trees. But I think it doesn't matter if you have a dog that's big or little. They're going to enjoy their time here at the Crown Memorial State Beach Park. Looks like there's a little bit of grass for them, but I'm sure all those dogs would rather run in grass than this sandy ground. But I don't see too many dogs complaining when they go to a dog park. I just know that dogs always seem to be happy unless they're not. Kind of like humans. We have good days and bad days. Well, you can see that the sun is setting here. And like I said, that fog is covering it up, so it's almost better to film in this type of weather because you're not getting the glare of the sun, you see? The sun's behind the fog. Well, look at that parking lot. That just tells you that it's not summertime. In summertime, well, this parking lot could be full. But right across the street from the Crown Memorial Park are these condos, and I don't know how much they go for, but I'm sure it's a pretty penny. But look where you live. Look where you live, right across the street from this park. Now, I just wonder how many people who live across the street from this park actually use it. I mean, if you live across the street from a park like this, do you even use it? It's kind of like people who live next to San Francisco and never go there. Yep, that's like people of Alameda. We live probably with no traffic about 25 minutes from San Francisco, and a lot of us never go to the most beautiful city in the country. Maybe some of us do, but I'm just speaking from experience that unless you work in San Francisco, not a lot of Alamedans go to there. So I bet you a lot of these people that live in this condo don't even swim in that pool or even beautiful park across the street they visit. So there you go. They live right across the street from paradise, but they definitely probably never use it. I could be wrong, but I didn't see that park full of people. I saw that park full of visitors coming with their cars and kids, so people drove to this park, and just like me. Well, there you go. There's the sunset. Like I was saying, it went behind the clouds there. But here's the part where I said you got to be careful flowing close to water because you don't know how far you are off the ground. You could get a little stimulated with your eyes and lose how close you are. So a lot of times you're not looking at the dials on your controller. You're just going by looks. Well, there's a beautiful, in this video, look. I guess you were going to call this a from the bay to the beach shot of Alameda, covered in fog in the December year of our Lord 2024. Almost to 2025. Where does the time go? The older you get, the faster the time goes. Now, I used to believe that I'd have time to do everything, but now I just feel like time is going fast. Especially when you realize that your time is really never going to get back to you. So it's funny how much time we waste knowing that we don't have much time. Kind of like me making these videos. I should be doing something else, like learning Spanish or learning how to paint better or learning how to, I don't know. Why am I beating myself up? Because that's what we do. That's what we do as humans. We always can't be happy with where we're at in life. We always think that the grass is greener, when really we're in a beautiful pasture with a park like this beauty just right outside our doors. And even if you don't have a park like this around your house, I'm sure you have a beautiful place you can walk just to get out of your four walls and listen to the birds and watch some people. That's what I like to do. I don't like to be around people, but I do like to watch people. Isn't that a weird deal? Like Disneyland, standing in line, I don't like that. But going to a park or flying a drone and watching people interact with their dogs, well, for some reason I like that. Well, there's the sunset at the Crown Memorial State Beach Park. And I can tell you what, I do like the reflections of the trees and the people. And that's why I take my hats off to photographers, because photographers can see things that we just can't. You say, oh, that's a nice camera after they take a picture, but you don't realize it's all about the perspective. So, just like with these drone videos, you want to keep them low, and I guess I can beat myself up a little and said I should have took some side shots and some down shots and some pullback shots, but sometimes all you want to do is just fly around and yada 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 yada, talk and talk and talk. Well, I've talked about too much in this video, and I just always want to thank you guys for coming along with me on these Crown Memorial State Beach Park adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.